Hi viewers, we will see how to make Dreamcatcher type flower keychain. Let's start with magic loop. We need to rotate the yarn over our ring finger and middle finger and insert the needle via the first two loops and pull the working yarn through it and pull the working yarn through the loop. This is how we need to make the magic loop. Now we need to work 6 single crochet into the magic loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. To close the magic loop, we need to pull the tail end. The loop which is shrinking, that is the inner loop, pull that completely and pull the tail end completely. Now we should close the first row. To do that, insert the needle into the first single crochet that you have done and make a slip knot over it. Chain 2, this will be considered as first a double crochet, and then in the same loop we need to do 4 more double crochet. Okay, so this is first double crochet in the same loop that we are working. Now second, third, fourth. So we have 5 chains on top of it. Need to find the 5th chain from the needle. So that is the first 2 chains that we have done. Insert into the 5th chain from the needle and pull the loop through it. Now chain 2 and do 5 double crochet in the next loop. So we have 6 loops totally from the previous row, where we need to work 6 double crochet popcorn. This is called double crochet popcorn. So we need to do 5 double crochets and we need to pull the yarn through the 5th chain from the needle to make the popcorn stitch. So 5 double crochets are done. Now I am finding my 5th chain from the needle and pull the loop through it and chain 2. So we have 4 more popcorns left, and between every popcorn you need to have 2 chains. I am speeding up little bit. Now 6 popcorns are done. Need to close the second row. Insert the needle behind the loop of first popcorn and make a slip stitch. Now we need to make 5 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and connect to the next loop that is behind the popcorn stitch. So do 5 chain again, and to the next popcorn you can see 1 loop behind it and you can make a slip stitch. We have 4 more left. I am speeding up little bit. Now I am into the last one, where I am going to change the yarn color. So in the last loop that is behind the popcorn stitch, we need to insert and pull the new color through it. And make a slip stitch. Now cut the previous yarn and make a knot to secure it. I'm cutting the center yarn also because we have one inner loop that will secure the yarn. Now chain 1 and do half double crochet, and we need to do 3 double crochets after that. 1, 2 and 3. Next one half double crochet. Next one is single crochet, and then one slip stitch in the same loop where we are working, and insert into the next loop, pull the yarn through it and make a slip stitch and chain 1. We need to continue the same pattern that we have done in the previous loop, like half double crochet, 3 double crochets and 1 half double crochet, 1 single crochet and 1 slip stitch. This is how we need to do in all the 6 loops. This will make and give you a flower like pattern. Now single crochet and slip stitch. I am speeding up a little bit. Now I am at the end of this row. Now we need to make 5 chains, and we need to connect behind the flower petals. Behind the petal you can see one loop between every petal. That is, while connecting the slip stitch through the first loop to next loop, you will be getting one loop behind the flower like petals. So you can find that and you can work on the loop. Make a slip stitch. So 5 chains and make a slip stitch behind the petal that is connecting. I am into the end of this row. Now I am going to change the color of the yarn. I have chosen this parrot green. Now insert the needle into the loop that is behind the petal and pull the new color yarn through it and through the working loop as well. Now we need to make a knot between these two ends to secure it. Now we have 6 loops behind the petals. In the loop we need to work, so I am making one slip stitch to bring the working yarn into the loop and chain 2, make 4 double crochet and find the 5th chain from the needle and work slip stitch and make a popcorn stitch. So we need to make 3 popcorns in every loop, and between every popcorn you need to have 2 chains. So I am finding the 5th chain from the needle or working loop and pulling the working loop through it and chain 2. In the same loop make 5 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now take the needle away and find the fifth chain from the needle. Pull the working yarn through it. Make 2 chains. One more popcorn in the same loop. So in every loop we need to have 3 popcorns. So totally we will be getting 18 popcorns, and in between every popcorn we need to have 2 chains. Five, and pulling the fifth chain, pulling the yarn through the chain and chain 2. So I'm skipping the other loops and directly ending this row by inserting the needle into the first popcorn and loop behind the first popcorn and make a slip stitch. Now I'm going to connect with the keyring. So to connect with the keyring, I'm making 2 chains, and I have dark hook keychain ring. Into this I am going to make a slip stitch into the dark hook keychain, and I am making 4 single crochet into the keyring itself. Now I am bringing back the needle into the center, so I am making 3 slip stitches and doing 4 more single crochet in the next side, so that our work will be in the center of the keyring. Now chain 1 and cut the yarn. Using sewing needle you can hide this hanging, that is tail end. Just hide behind the single crochets that you have done. From one end to, I am bringing the tail end to another end so that it will be hidden completely. Yeah, it is almost done. Now cut the excess yarn that you have. Now the keyring is like this. Now I am going to make 1 tassel. "15 times I have rotated. Tie the yarn by folding it. Now we need to connect this with our keyring. So choose exactly that is opposite to the keyring. That popcorn, in that popcorn we need to connect exactly opposite to the keyring. So we have 18 popcorns. So exactly opposite to the popcorn where you have connected the keyring, we need to connect the tassel just by making knots. Secure with more knots. Now the tassel is like this. To bring all together, I am connecting by making knot. Make more knots to secure it. Cut the excess yarn that is from the connecting yarn. Now the keychain is like this, but while you turn back the keychain, it is having uneven surface. So to make that or hide that uneven surface, we need to make a flat circle. So I am making magic loop. Into the magic loop we need to work 6 chains and make a slip knot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So need to close the magic loop and need to end the first row by making slip stitch with the first single crochet that you have done. Now chain 1 and find the next loop where you need to make 2 single crochets. So 1 single crochet and 1 increase that you can say. So totally 12 single crochets you will be having in this row. Likewise, in the next row you need to make 1 single crochet. In the next loop you need to make 1 single crochet and increase. So totally 3. And in the next loop 1 single crochet and another loop 1 single crochet and increase. So 6. You have 12 in this second row. In the third row you will be getting 18. In the fourth row you will be getting 24. In the fifth row you will be getting 30. In the sixth row you will be getting 36. Once you have 36 and completed the sixth row, you need to close your work by making 1 chain and cut the excess yarn. Now we need to chain 1 and make more tail end so that we can sew this with the keychain. Cut the yarn in the flat circle center and insert the sewing needle into the tail end. Now we need to work on the back side loop of the popcorn that is near the keyring, and we have one loop in between the 2 popcorns where you need to insert into the next loop of the flat circle, and back side of the loop in the next popcorn and gap in between the popcorn with the next loop. So we have 36 loops in flat circle. You need to work on the front loop, and also we have 36 loops in the keychain, that is 18 loops from backside loop of the popcorn and 18 gaps in between every popcorn, so totally 36. We need to connect every loop from flat circle with the keychain. So I am at the end of the work where we need to make knots to secure it and hide the tail end, cut the excess yarn. Now our keychain is ready. If you believe any tiny things that brings you luck, then you can put the tiny things inside the keychain and you can sew the flat circle over it, or else you can use it as a keychain. Thank you for watching.